Easter morning, my husband was in the attic helping my mom sort through old keepsakes. 10 minutes later, I heard him come down. Quiet footsteps. Paler than I'd ever seen him. He leaned into my ear and whispered, "Don't react. Wait until your mom leaves." I nodded, because I've learned how to bury emotion. I've had practice. When I was 12, I found a shoebox under my bed labeled junk. Inside, baby pictures, my brother's first steps, my first day of kindergarten, and a letter. A rejection letter from a private school I never knew I applied to, with my name on it. Denied for lack of documentation. I had asked my mom once why I never got into that school like my cousins. She said, "They just didn't accept you, sweetie. Some kids aren't cut out for it." Turns out, she never sent in the full application. She forgot. Then lied. That was the first time I understood who she really was. My husband and I were visiting for the holiday. Mom was playing host. Dad was doing his usual, pretending not to hear anything inconvenient. She asked if we could help clean out the attic. "Make room," she said. "We've got too many old things up there." That was the first irony of the day. When she finally went to the store to pick up last-minute deviled eggs, I followed my husband up the ladder. He pointed to a large blue storage bin. No label. Inside, documents, folders, photos, and under a false bottom, cash. Tens of thousands in thick bands, wrapped in elastic, crisp. Next to it, copies of checks I had written over the years, loaning them money for emergencies, credit card bills I helped pay, and the trust. A trust fund, in my name, opened by my late grandfather. I'd always been told he never left anything behind, but it was there, real, uncashed, frozen, hidden from me for over 15 years. My mother had been collecting the interest. I didn't cry, didn't scream. I took pictures, every document, every check, every envelope. Then I packed the cash back, sealed the bin, and climbed down the ladder with a smile on my face, like I hadn't just discovered my entire life was a carefully curated lie. That night, after dinner, I told them I was heading out early the next morning. "We've got work," I said. Mom kissed my cheek. Dad barely looked up. And I drove away, calm, calculated. By Monday, I was in front of a lawyer. The trust was legally mine, still active, untouched. What my parents had done? Financial fraud, embezzlement, forgery. We didn't press criminal charges yet. We gave them a choice. By Friday, my parents were calling every hour, panicked voicemails, Mom sobbing. I didn't steal it, I was just holding it. Dad's voice shaking, "Don't ruin us, we'll make it right." They knew what I had, and what I could do with it. I didn't want revenge that would land them in prison. That would have been too easy. I wanted them alive when they lost everything they built on top of my stolen future. I froze their joint account. The money I'd sent over the years for family needs, we clawed it back, with interest. My brother, the golden child, called to ask what was happening. I sent him PDFs of everything. He hasn't spoken to them since. I transferred the trust, moved the funds, started a scholarship, under my name, for girls from families like mine, who deserved a chance. 3 weeks later, my husband and I stopped by unannounced. The house looked dimmer, smaller. They invited us in. Desperate smiles. Hollow words. I handed my mother a sealed envelope. Same shade of blue as the bin she'd hidden my life in. She opened it. Inside, a photo of the money, a printout of the trust details, and a note. 7 words. "You hid me once. I found myself." They sat in silence. My mom's hand trembled. Dad stared like he was underwater. I stood. And before I left, I turned to them and said, "You buried me in your attic. Now you'll live under the weight of what you tried to erase." I never raised my voice. Never needed to. The truth was louder than anything I could scream. And in the end, that silence was mine.